In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step the team members that you will need in order to have a credible development team, both to be successful in the development space, but also to have credibility with your bank. This is going to be a very short video, but it's a critical one because in order to be successful, there's critical people that you need on your team. But more importantly, the bank that you're working with to fund these things is going to want to see these people on your team. Otherwise, they're just going to keep rejecting deal after deal, and you're going to get stuck on a hamster wheel and think that you're failing, when in reality, it's just that you didn't take the time to get the right people. Person number one is the appraiser. You need to have an appraiser that you can work with as you're doing deal analysis. You're going to need a professional opinion of completed projects. Some are much easier than others, but if you're doing a large scale project, the first thing is to get an appraiser involved to see what your final market value will be. Even on a small project, it is worth spending $200 or $300, maybe $500, depending on where you're at, to have a single family home appraised so you know exactly what you can sell that property for, which then allows you to see, okay, if my expenses are here, I have this much left over in profitability. Team member number dose is a good general contractor. Maybe you already are a general contractor, in which case you just skip this one, but a quality general contractor is invaluable if you are a developer and you don't want to get stuck in the weeds, because if you're doing all of your construction work, it does not give you time to go out and vet the next opportunity. I cost myself millions of dollars at different times because I tried being the contractor on my own projects when what I should have done is paid somebody 10 to 15% and focused on the next deal coming up. It is potentially financially devastating if you don't find this partner or teammate. You will have to spend some time vetting these guys out. There's a lot of general contractors and builders who are not very reputable. But I have a process that I follow, and we do this every time we start a project, is we go through and we vet out guys first by running posts in job ads. You go on Facebook, run a post, and say, hey, I'm looking for a builder or contractor to do ... And then let people flood you with recommendations. And then the top 5 recommendations you get after posting on 2 to 3 job boards, 2 to 3 Facebook marketplace, what are they called? The contractor boards. Once you have a pile of recommendations, then you take those guys and you scour the internet looking for reviews. You're looking at their website. You're looking at their past work. You're looking at their work history. And then the next step is going to be get on the phone with them, have a little phone interview, take some time, go into ChatGPT, script out some questions that you need to ask them, and ask them specific questions. Then you're going to want to meet them on a job, and you will be able to tell if they have the technical knowledge. And look for little things. If a contractor shows up late to our first meeting, that's a good indication that he's going to consistently show up late, and the last thing you want is a general contractor who's dragging out your timelines. Third person you're going to need is a good architect. This does not have to be a local person. I've used architectural services all the way from Minnesota to India, and it's not critical that the guy's local. Now, it can be helpful if you have like difficult terrain, but they can do so much with topography now that it really does not have to be a local person. But having an architect that you trust, that you can have make minor modifications on the front end, because usually when you're starting a project, you don't want to spend $10,000, $20,000. You just want to spend a little bit of money to get a basic concept for what you're going to be building. So have an architect who works quickly because they are really slow. Some firms will take and drag your timelines out indefinitely. So find a good architect, build that relationship. You find an architect the same way I just walked through on finding a general contractor. The fourth person you're going to need on your team is a civil engineer. Civil engineer is going to work on your site plan. If you're building a single family home, you still have to plan out your stormwater. You still have to deal with topography. Maybe you have a septic system, but there will be some level of engineering, even on the smallest development projects. And on large development projects, the engineer is critical to lay out your subdivision, to use your proper use of space, make sure you get enough parking spaces in. Another critical team member is the civil engineer. And then the second engineer that you will need is a structural engineer, but typically he's going to work with your architect. Your architect's already going to know the structural engineer that he wants to work with. The fifth and maybe the most important is real estate broker. This person can make or break an entire project. And if you are doing a large multi-unit project, then it's really critical, because most of these brokers are going to want to enter into some long-term agreement with you. And the last thing you want to do is enter into a long-term agreement with a broker who's not selling your product. One of the very successful projects that I did in the last few years was a resort community where we bought up 20 or 30 lots. I think we bought 27 lots, and we built chalets and A-frame style homes. And the agent broker that we were working with was top notch. She attracted so many great people. She brought us out-of-state buyers. She was always on site. She was always present. She was available to the customer. She was available to us if we needed anything. and she made that project successful. We did 27 homes in under 2 years, or maybe it was right at 2 years, but it's very quick. And it was because of that broker, or I'm sorry, the agent that we had. It's a critical member of your team. And if you are doing a multifamily and you need to hire someone for lease up, find someone who specializes in that. Don't find the girl who sells $250,000 homes and ask her to fill up $1 million condos on a lease up. You have to make sure that you're finding the right agent for the particular project that you have. I hope this video was helpful. You found some value in it. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will keep giving you great value that's going to help you on your journey to becoming a real estate developer.